Hola a todos, gente, ¿qué tal estáis? ¿Cómo va todo aquí? Jordi, de nuevo con todos vosotros, aquí en Kingdom Come Deliverance. Bueno, justo donde dejamos el capítulo anterior, como veis aquí, después de hablar con este señor que vino a vernos, ¿vale? Que no recuerdo ahora su nombre. Y bueno, que vino aquí más que nada para intentar formar, bueno, que estemos de su lado, para formar una especie de alianza, para, digamos, presionar a Segismundo para que deje ya de, digamos, de intentar usurpar el trono de su hermano. Y bueno, vamos a ver el diario y así nos ponemos al día. Epílogo, ¿vale? Que si recordáis en el capítulo anterior nos salieron ya los créditos del juego y todo. Todd se ha ido y sus hombres se han dispersado, pero aún queda mucho que resolver. Hubo una gran reunión de señores en el castillo mayor de Ratash. Sus señorías discutieron de alta política con nada más que el margrave Jobst, este es el que decía yo. Y planearon el margrave, no sé eso qué significará, margrave, eso sería un cargo que yo ahora mismo no sé qué significado tiene, pero bueno. Y planearon su próximo movimiento. Acordaron una cosa, que Wenceslao IV debería recuperar el trono de Bohemia y poner fin a los disturbios en el reino y el imperio. Y nos pone el objetivo actual es hablar con vuestro padre, con nuestro padre. Creo que debería hablar con padre a ver qué se puede esperar. Así que vamos a hablar con él, que en teoría tenemos que ir a hacer una visita a un noble con Hans Capon que se ofreció a ir. Estos dos capitanes están aquí hablando. Pues nada, vamos a hablar con Sirachi, con nuestro padre. A ver qué nos dice.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Bueno,
Yes,
¿lo parece?
I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
Vergo, eso es lo que tenemos que ir a ver.
You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Vamos a ver.
I'm getting a bit lost in the
Pregúntanos de todo un
Luxembourg
poco.
lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this
Te
land
quieto,
to
Henry,
prominence.
ahí por teniéndote
When he was in
delante.
power, things had never been so good.
Me digo que parió.
Wenceslas and
Ahí
Sigismund
mejor.
are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from
Ya
one
veo,
day
ya.
to the next.
Who is he
¿Quién es este
really,
hombre?
this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas? He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful
Sí.
eye on him. But he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
Ya, es muy raro todo esto.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion,
Madre mía, madre
but he can
mía.
be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Sí, eso también es verdad. ¿Quién es Prokop?
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin, he and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most
Ya
of
te
the
digo,
time.
menudo cacao, chaval. Menudo cacao. Yo voy a seguir preguntando, pero esto es peor
The
que
League
una
of Lords
telenovela
and
de
that
esas.
Berghoff we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses.
Madre del amor
Heinrich
hermoso,
of
qué cacaos
Rosenberg,
tienen aquí la
Otto of
gente.
Berghoff, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal.
Sí.
Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how Sigismund repays his brother. There's no doubt about it, God does move in mysterious ways.
Rupert de Palatinado. Ah,
Rupert
que vamos a
of the
preguntárselo todo, ya que estamos. No, no me estoy
That's a
enterando
name I
de
haven't
nada,
heard
pero
before
yo se lo
today.
pregunto.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
Vale, pues ya nos hemos empapado un poco
That's
de
about
nada.
all.
No me he enterado de nada, pero bueno, por lo menos.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Perfecto.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish?
I think
Con la carta de manos del magnífico.
if I didn't know anything about Jobst, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But
Hey! Watch it!
Vale. Ya. Coger la carta y ya. Ah, vale. Digo, joder.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
Sí, eso ya lo dijimos.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
Aquí por...
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
¿Por qué tengo el pelo
I
blanco?
wish you Godspeed.
O sea, el efecto del sol. 45 Groschen. Bueno. Enhorabuena, has completado la historia principal. Si quieres puedes llevar a cabo las misiones secundarias y actividades, o simplemente viajar por el mundo. Puedes finalizar el juego en cualquier momento si te unes al pelotón de Sir Hans Capon. Anda. O sea que, a ver. Si quieres puedes llevar a cabo las misiones secundarias y actividades, vale. O simplemente viajar por el mundo, ir por ahí a mi bola. Puedes finalizar el juego en cualquier momento si te unes al pelotón de Sir Hans Capon. Pues vamos a hacerlo. O sea, vamos a ver. Bueno, no creo que... No me voy a quedar... Vamos, yo ya todo lo principal ya lo he hecho. Lo que quedan son secundarias, como bien ha puesto aquí el juego. O sea que vamos a unirnos ahí a ver qué pasa. No sé qué pasará. Y no sé por qué estoy cerdaco ahí. ¿Por qué estoy cerdaco? 114 de saciedad. ¿Por qué? Y bueno, a ver qué pasa. Vamos, ¿no? Bueno. Ahí está nuestro caballo. Vamos a unirnos a Capon y ya está, tío. No... Total va a ser un vídeo corto, por lo que estoy viendo.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Man.
How do you feel?
Pissed off. I'd give anything to have seen you get here sooner. If only Istvan had stayed inside that fucking castle.
I remember the first time it happened to me.
But that was when you were a young blacksmith, when those thugs attacked you. I'm a nobleman, trained in combat and siegecraft, and even I... Well, I won't pretend I wasn't terrified.
That's how it goes. There's nothing you can do about it.
But Master Faithar may not survive the way they hacked him. If I'd been quicker, or if he'd at least started to run, but I...
The main thing is it will be easier next time. You won't feel the horror quite so much.
I hope so, Hal. Or I'll soon be getting sick of your pontifications.
What do you think of Master Keyser?
No sé por qué me
I've
sale esa
already asked
opción
him
ahí.
to stay on here when this is over. His ideas are incredible, even that trebuchet. I can't wait to launch it.
Sounds like you're sorry not to be the siege master.
Who knows? I may still get a chance.
Y ya está. Es que no entiendo nada, tío. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Por qué me sale la A ahí? A ver, un momento. Shh, relájate. Hablar con Lord Capon en el patio. ¿Eh? Pues eso es lo que estaba haciendo. Ah, será aquí. Cuando se posiciona ahí. Digo yo.
So, can we set off now,
Vale,
Henry?
sí. Había que esperar que estuviera ahí. Vamos allá.
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse. The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting as eagerly.
Vamos. ¿He pisado a alguien por ahí? ¿Pero qué haces, tío? Qué bueno. Vale, pues vamos allá. Viajito en caballo. Ponía que estaba a 3 días, ¿no? Bueno, supongo que esto, el mismo juego lo cortará, digo yo. No vamos a estar 3 días aquí con el caballo para arriba, para abajo, ¿no? Digo yo. De todas maneras, si no lo corta el juego, ya lo cortaré yo, no os preocupéis. Y lo pondré.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodsey? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
Que no sería la primera vez. Está chula la armadura esa, sí, sí. Bueno, a ver esto. ¿Qué pasa? A ver esto dónde nos lleva.
What do you think about Sir Yobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again. But now it looks a lot more complicated.
Muy complicado.
Exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. It beggars belief.
Esto es muy raro. Y menudo jaleo se arman. Primero voy contra ti, luego me uno a ti, luego voy otra vez contra ti, te traiciono. Yo qué sé, tío, cosas muy raras, tío. Unos líos muy raros se traían a esta gente.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
Vamos a estar aquí a este ritmo 3 días, chaval.
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Creo que están aquí conversando Capon y Henry. Que está bien, yo voy a dejar toda la conversación esta, la voy a dejar claro. Espero que llegue un momento en que lo corte, ¿no? Que ya hagamos el viaje.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush can tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Yobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel.
Hanush es un grande. Me cae genial ese hombre.
And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
Parece que va hablando de todo lo que hemos hablado con nuestro padre. También lo va hablando con Cape.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him, and his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
Sí, también. A ver cómo es ese castillo, a ver si llegamos, porque no sé.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. We gave them seats at the provincial council. Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
No sé si pasará algo por el camino, estaba diciendo, o simplemente estamos aquí hablando. Y yo creo que tiene que llegar un momento que esto se corte, ¿no? Después de que se acabe la conversación.
God be with you, Henry.
Que no sé si me quedará algo más por hablar con este, esto es Nijo. Bonito paisaje, sí señor.
Good day, Henry.
Digo, ¿qué pones este de aquí delante? Creía que era ese de atrás. Pues nada, aquí estamos, paseando con el caballito. Luz conciliatoria. Por esta parte creo que todavía no había venido yo. A ver, voy a mirar el mapa. Sí, estamos yendo por aquí. Y claro, por esa parte, ¿veis? Todavía no... A veremos, queda poco camino, ¿eh? Para salir del mapa conocido. Bueno, ¿qué pasa? ¿Por qué me he girado para allá? ¿Qué ha pasado aquí? ¿Qué leches ha pasado ahí? Aquí van a hacer una autopista, se ve, macho. El camino es ancho, Ancho, ancho. Vale. ¿Y ahora? Hablar con Cape. A ver. ¿Por qué se ha bajado este hombre? ¿Era merendar o algo?
Can we go? Are you ready for this?
¿Veis?
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
Hey, Henry, come to see us.
Bueno, este es el grito ahí. El fin. Has completado la historia principal.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile.
We're helping to save the king. Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Esto sí que parece el final. Ahí estamos. Esto sí que es el final. Sí, señor. Grande. Bueno, pues el vídeo se va a quedar cortito porque solo quedaba este trocito de juego. Bueno, al final pues tampoco os queda demasiado claro nada, pero sí, estamos ahí ayudando a recuperar el rey, a que el rey recupere su trono. Y bueno, parece ser que seguiremos nuestra búsqueda de todos para darles un merecido y recuperar la espada que nos pertenece. Pero bueno, gente, eso ya será otra historia que espero y deseo que tenga algún DLC o alguna expansión este juego, porque sería genial. Vamos a darle a continuar, a ver, vale, no sale nada. Simplemente continuar. Y eso, lo dicho, espero que tenga una... Si hacen alguna expansión, algún DLC, por supuesto lo compraré y lo jugaré, porque vamos, este juego me ha encantado y la historia yo creo que está muy bien contada. El final muy abierto, como veis, ha quedado ahí todo por hacer, digamos. Y yo la verdad es que lo he disfrutado mucho el juego, a pesar de sus fallos y de sus errores, que los tiene. Y que bueno, que yo creo que lo pulirán poco a poco. Lo que pasa es que, claro, los que nos hemos comprado el juego de inicio, pues mira, estamos aquí en el punto de antes. Pues la verdad es que nos duele un poquito, ¿no? Porque claro, no lo puedes disfrutar a tope, porque hay cosillas que a veces te cabrean un poquito, ¿no? Como que el juego se te pare, se te vaya al menú de la consola. No me ha pasado muchas veces, la verdad, también hay que decirlo, me ha pasado 2 o 3 veces, no me ha pasado más. Pero bueno, es un poco fastidiado, sobre todo los que los grabamos, porque si estás jugando pues, tú por tu cuenta, pues a lo mejor no le das tanta importancia, pero cuando estás grabando, pues la verdad es que pierdes tiempo y no sé, son muchas molestias. Pero bueno, no ha sido tampoco, ya os digo, tampoco son fallos demasiado graves, pero bueno, pequeños bugs, alguna misión que se queda medio bugueada, no sé, algunos, eso sí, las texturas que tardan a veces un montón en cargar, pero bueno, ya os digo, en general el juego a mí me ha encantado. Yo os digo, te quedas con ganas de muchísimo más y espero y deseo que haya mucho más de Kingdom Come Deliverance, y si lo hay, aquí lo tendréis. Así que gente, aquí despedimos la serie, despedimos a Henry. De momento, yo espero volver a verlo. Nos despedimos aquí de Bohemia, de esta zona tan bonita de Europa. Y bueno, dejamos la Edad Media. Y yo también deciros que de momento voy a dejar de subir vídeos. No sé cuándo volveré a subir, la verdad es que no lo sé. Voy a tomarme un descanso y bueno, y cuando tenga algo que subir, tenga algo que grabar y subir, ya pues lo veréis por aquí. Nada más que decir. Espero que hayáis disfrutado de la serie. Muchas gracias a todos los que la habéis seguido, a que habéis visto un capítulo, medio, ninguno, simplemente os habéis pasado y habéis dejado vuestra opinión, o simplemente nos ha gustado y habéis pasado de mí. Pero bueno, de todas maneras se agradece que por lo menos le echéis un vistazo. Y que bueno, que para eso estamos, ¿no? Para que vosotros lo veáis y paséis un buen rato, un rato agradable. Así que gente, lo dicho, nos despedimos aquí de Kingdom Come Deliverance y espero veros pronto, y espero pronto subir alguna serie, no sé cuál, no sé cuándo, pero algo subiré y espero que pronto. Así que gente, un saludo a todos, muchas gracias y hasta siempre. Chao, chao.